Hi there! I'm going to show you guys how to make this awesome taco dinner. It's so yummy and easy to make, and everything is homemade. The salsa's homemade, the chicken's homemade in a crock pot, and of course the beans are homemade too. And it was really cheap to make. A lot of the ingredients were either free or cheap. I'm going to show you how to make the easiest restaurant style salsa. And this is all you need. And I don't know about you, but I always have these on hand. So first you'll need a original can of Rotel. Then you'll need a can of diced tomatoes. Now this one is just like the regular size, 14 ounce. Then you'll need cilantro. This one is about 1/4 of a bunch. And then about 1/4 of an onion. And then 1 sprig of green onion. And then of course you'll need a food processor or like a really good blender. First you'll want to put the can of Rotel in. Then you want to add your cilantro. First chop off the stems, but just leave a little bit on the bottom because the stem is good for flavor too. Then cut the onion just a little bit smaller before you put it in. Okay, that looks good. Now this is about 1/4 of an onion. If you like it really oniony, then you can add a little bit more. Alright, so it's ready to mix. Looking great so far. Add your diced tomatoes. Then add some garlic salt. So I just added the garlic salt. I never really measure it, but you'll probably want to start with like 1/4 of a teaspoon and then go from there. Depends on, you know, how flavorful you want it. Then mix it again. Yum, it looks delicious. So I just transferred it to a bowl and then I'll add my finishing touches. First you'll want to cut up your green onion, and I like to do it with the kitchen scissors, it's just so much easier. Alright, so I got it all cut up, and there's a little trick with the stems. If you don't cut it all the way down, like save at least a couple inches at the bottom, you can save it. So this is what I do. I put it in the jar, so I just put that little piece in the jar, just fill it with water, and it will grow. You could keep it in the fridge like this if you covered the top in saran wrap or put a bag over it, or you could just keep it out on your countertop and it would grow. And I do this because it will extend the life and I won't have to buy these as frequently. Then you'll just add it on top and get it all mixed in. And this is the point that you want to taste test it and see if you need to add any more salt or garlic salt. Just tasted it and it's perfect! Alright, it's ready to eat. So I just store it in a mason jar and keep it in the fridge for about a week or so. But normally it only lasts like 2 days here. And this only took just like 2 or 3 minutes to make. It's so fast, so easy, and it's like a really mild version, so anybody could eat this. I'm getting ready to make some crock-pot chicken. It's basically just going to be like shredded chicken for tacos. So I started with about 1 pound of chicken. I just used frozen chicken. And I put it in my tiny little crock pot just because I've got a really busy day and I didn't want to take up too much space on the counter. So first you'll want to squeeze some citrus into it. So if you've got like lemon or lime or orange, whatever. I actually don't have any right now, so I'm just going to use some concentrate. It's the orange juice. So I'm just going to put it on top and then I'll add just a little bit of water. I love buying the concentrate that's in like the little bottles like this, because that way you can just use a spoon here and there when you need it. If you want to cook with it or just use it as regular juice, it's great to have, that way you don't have an open like can in your freezer. Then you'll add about 1 teaspoon of taco seasoning. Now I've been buying my taco seasoning in bulk from Winco, and I just keep it in this big container. And I've also made it myself before, and I've used this little recipe that I put together, and that's pretty good too. Then I'll add just a little bit of garlic salt. Then you'll add a pinch of poultry seasoning. It's the green one. And you don't want to use too much more than a pinch because it can get really strong. Add a little bit of onion powder, just a little bit. Now I buy this in bulk at Winco too. I use so much onion powder, and theirs is like a really good quality. It's a fine onion powder, so I think it's like the best I've ever used, and it's so cheap. Then add like 1/4 cup of water, just enough to get it cooking. Then just get it mixed all together. Then turn it on low for around 4 hours. I'll come back and check. Okay, so I'm checking it after 4 hours and it looks good. Now you can take it out and shred it with forks. So I got it all shredded up. Add just a little bit of garlic salt and a little bit of pepper. Then I'm going to dump it back into the cooking liquid. Just mix it up and that'll keep it nice and moist. And it's ready for tacos. Just cover it until you're ready to eat. Now I'm going to get some beans ready to go with it. These are some that I cooked the other day with my crock pot. And you can find that recipe in my other video. I just chopped up some jalapenos I'm going to garnish. I'll add a little bit of cheese. Then I'm going to zap them in the microwave for a couple minutes. Now if you have time, it's best to do this in the oven. It gets that crispy top if you cook it in the oven for like 20 or 30 minutes. Yum! I ended up zapping it for 5 minutes and this looks perfect. Just shredded some lettuce for taco toppings, and then I'm going to cut the kernels off of this fresh corn. I just cooked it in the microwave for 3 minutes. We put fresh corn on everything. It's a good little crunch. I'm going to slice up an avocado. I'll just cut it up now. Alright, I got the toppings ready, so we're ready to eat. Alright, so we're ready to eat. There's our taco meat, our beans, our toppings. So we've got lettuce, avocado, fresh corn, and we're even going to use our free taco shells. And can't forget the salsa. I made it fresh earlier today. It's going to be so yummy. Well, thanks for watching my video. Please like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more fun videos.